Yo, what is good, YouTuber? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're talking about the patch that is going to be introduced, I guess, tonight. That is, again, tweaking the game slightly. This is the wrong thing. I just realized. I just clicked on the wrong thing. Hold on. Wrong tweet. Evan CC posted this, I believe, earlier today. Not Baluba. Patch Notes V 2.1. They're adding a couple of different tweaks, including the biggest change being that they're returning the ball collision sensitivity on escape dribble moves to pre-patch 2.0 levels based on community feedback. So basically they're maintaining the what is supposed to be improved responsiveness for well-timed intentional steal attempts, but they're taking away those random drop the ball anytime you do an escape and it makes contact with anybody, which I think some people were okay with. I personally think it definitely made dribbling a ton harder, made escapes almost useless in a lot of situations. I was not a fan of that change personally. I think it limited dribblers and honestly nerfed skill gap more than it created it when it comes to shot creation, in my opinion. Some people liked it, I guess, but I think for more often than not, the people who liked it are the people who don't really dribble that much anyway, and so they liked that it made people who do dribble a little bit worse, made it nerfed them a little bit, made it more likely to get fluke stops and things of that nature. In my personal opinion, it's a positive change. At the end of the day, none of these other changes to me really matter. The poster machine takeover, I guess, has been it wasn't properly working still, even after they changed it. So hopefully this makes that work properly, but that's not something that we really use in my team anyway. I mean, I think overall this is a positive at this point. Basically what the patch has done though, with this being taken away, is improve actual steals, which I think is good. When you're in position, you press a button, you press the steal button and you get a steal. Like, that's good. When you get yourself in position to bump the ball handler on a dribble, I think you should be able to, you know what I mean? At the same time, your CPU doesn't need to be getting you steals for you, no matter what their steal rating is. It doesn't, there's no skill. I think there was a lot less skill gap to that, and a lot of the fluke turnovers we were seeing, especially in Park over the past couple days. I'm personally not a fan, or not opposed to this change at all. This, combined with them fixing the hitch that was unintentionally added, makes this patch feel a lot more logical to me. Dribbling is now not nerfed the way that it felt like it was for a couple days there, which is good. So I think that allows for a little bit more offensive creativity, and rhythm shooting is not broken anymore. You can still rhythm shoot at a high level. Now, fades are obviously turned down. They're still somewhat makeable when you're wide open, but generally speaking, it's not a shot you're probably going to want to shoot a ton of, and I'm fine with that. I wish we had more animations and more SIGs in my team. That's one thing that they do have in Park that we don't have as much of in my team at this point in the year, especially later on in the year we will have more of it. But at the end of the day, I'm not opposed to these patch notes. I think as a whole, they're certainly a step in the right direction, and it's what I like to see in terms of overall progress for the game mode. So I'm hoping to see that continue. I think as a whole, they've addressed the two things that people were really having the biggest issues with after the patch. And I know there are a lot of people out there who are like, oh, bring back fades. Oh, the game's less fun now. I actually do kind of agree that casually, I think this game is a bit less fun than it was a couple days ago, to be totally honest, for the casual player, for the average casual player anyway. But I think there may be some people that's not true for. I think there are a lot of people who are enjoying it, and I think this is certainly a more balanced gameplay than we had a couple days ago overall. In my team, games are realistically still going to be 35 to 30, especially competitive games on Hall of Fame and high difficulties. But at the end of the day, I mean, that is what it is. You know what I mean? That's kind of how it's been in my team the last few years, and I think as a whole, in terms of making the game more fun to play, I don't think this patch was a complete and utter disaster. Is it objectively more fun for the casual player? Probably not. Is it objectively a slightly better game? Probably, yes, I would say so. I think generally speaking, people are still probably having more fun with this gameplay than they did the last 2 years. At least I personally am, even with the changes. And I'm excited to continue to allow this new patch and get better, hopefully, because I feel like the game is back to a more balanced state than it felt a couple days ago, where it was like, oh no, can't rhythm shoot anymore with any real consistency, and defense is gonna be ridiculous, in addition to a ton of fluke stops that aren't even like when you're actually in position and like earn the stop, but you just get lucky. Glad to see some of these tweaks with the rhythm shooting and this escape dribble stuff, which not everybody's going to love, but I personally like this change again. I think overall they're reverting a couple of things that were issues about this patch and leaving the most of it there. I'm not super opposed, and so yeah, we'll see how season 2 winds up working in terms of content as well as gameplay and stuff like that, but as a whole, I think this is a good thing, so I'm pleased about that. That being said, that's gonna do it for the video. Hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.